as we get closer and closer to the 2020 NFL Draft. It's time to look at the potential trades the Buffalo Bills can make on draft day. Welcome to Bill-ievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this NFL Draft edition of Bill-ievers Talk, where we take a look at the 2020 NFL Draft and we ask ourselves, what do we think the Buffalo Bills might do when it comes to draft day? Again, guys, thank you for joining me on Bill-ievers Talk. My name is Joe. If you're new to this channel, guys, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. After you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. As we get closer and closer to the NFL Draft, less than 2 weeks away, you know that we're going to keep you up to date on all Buffalo Bills content. So hit that notification bell. YouTube notifies you when we will put out new content. While you're here, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and leave a comment. I'm going to throw some trades your way, or potential draft day trades your way. I want to know what you guys think. Now, I know you might think this is crazy, and I'm pretty sure that none of these trades are going to be accurate, but I think that these trades worked out well for both teams as I was making them. And if you think about draft value, draft pick value, there actually is a chart out there. I went to drafttech.com. There's a chart out there that shows you the value of every single NFL draft pick. So when you think about trading picks for picks and you ask who got the better end of that deal, really, you can look at that chart and say, hey, as far as pick value goes, this team got the better deal. But if you're willing to go up for a player because you want that, if you want a player and you need to go up and get him, trade whatever you need to go up and get him as far as picks are concerned, if that's a player that you're really interested in. I did not go into 2021 draft capital just because I don't know the value of the Buffalo Bills 2021 draft picks, and I don't know how to figure that out. I'm sure there's a way to do that because they do trade future draft picks, obviously, for players or for other draft picks. If the Bills planned to move back into the first round, obviously they'd have to move their 2021 first round draft pick to get up there. I also avoided using Buffalo Bills players. We've seen in the past with players like Cody Glenn that the Buffalo Bills have traded to move players along with draft picks to move up. And I'm not saying that's out of the realm of possibility. If you guys have followed this challenge, you know how I feel about certain players on the Buffalo Bills trading block. I think it could happen, but in this scenario, in these 5 scenarios, I decided to move away from the players, move away from future capital. I just decided to look at the 2020 draft picks and see what the Buffalo Bills could do. And you guys let me know if you would like these trades, or if you think I'm a little crazy and these trades wouldn't make sense, or if these trades would benefit the other team more than our Buffalo Bills. So the first trade I have for you is a day 3 only trade, and that means that all the picks traded in this trade wouldn't come into effect until day 3 of the NFL Draft. We're talking about rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7 that are held on Saturday. So the Buffalo Bills in this mock trade would get the 135th overall pick, which is a 4th round pick from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then the Buffalo Bills would give up pick 167, which is their 5th round pick, pick 188, which is their 6th round pick, or one of their 6th round picks, and pick 239, which is their 7th round pick. So again, the Bills would get pick 135, a 4th rounder, and the Steelers would get picks 167, 188, and 239. So in this trade, the Buffalo Bills would then have 2 4th round draft picks. Remember, the Buffalo Bills also have pick 128. And let me go through the Buffalo Bills draft picks real quick. You have the 54th overall pick, which is your 2nd round pick, 86th overall pick, which is your 3rd round pick, pick 128, which is your 4th round pick, pick 167, your 5th round. Then again, you have 2 6th round picks, pick 188 and 207, both 6th round picks. And then you have pick 239, a 7th round pick that the Buffalo Bills could have acquired in that trade for Stephon Diggs. They did just last month. So you have those 7 picks, and if you've watched this channel, if you watch many Buffalo Bills channels, we just don't think the Buffalo Bills are going to use all 7 picks. Definitely could move up days 2, days 3. And I think this is a good way on day 3 for the Buffalo Bills, again, to get that second, 4th round pick, get some good value, jump up about 32 spots from where they were picking before, and still give away some picks that maybe not be as much value to the Buffalo Bills, but might be value to the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you look at this Pittsburgh Steelers team, you talk about a quarterback that's aging, you talk about a defense that's getting up there in age, but they know how to get value out of those picks just like the Bills have in recent years. And I know that the Buffalo Bills are getting rid of their 5th round pick here, and we all know how much Bills Mafia, including myself, loves the 5th round because it seems like Coach McDermott, Brandon Beane have done a great job finding value in the 5th round of the NFL draft. But when you talk about moving 30 spots and only costing yourself a 5th, 6th, and 7th round draft pick, I think you need to take that opportunity, if you have it, to get hopefully a better talent late or earlier in the 4th round instead of waiting for the 5th round to see what's available at that time. So I really like this trade potential. If you talk about pick value, the Buffalo Bills would get pick 135, which is worth 38.5 value points. The 3 picks the Bills are giving up are worth 39.4. Now, normally when a team is trading up, they're the team that has to give up a little more value because they're getting the better player, or supposedly they're getting the better player, at least the better pick out of the deal. And so that's why sometimes the number is in favor of the team trading out of that spot. But again, I like this here. The Bills getting another 4th round pick and then getting rid of picks 5, 6, and 7. They still have 1 6th rounder left, but I wouldn't be too concerned about that, as the Buffalo Bills would have their 2nd, 3rd, and then 2 4ths. I think that's a good overall deal for the Buffalo Bills. My second potential trade, or my trade scenario that I think is pretty good, maybe not as good as that Steelers trade, is the Buffalo Bills trading with the Arizona Cardinals. And now in this trade, I have the Buffalo Bills getting pick 114. Again, a 4th round pick. So you're talking about a day 3 trade. All of these picks are happening on day 3. So the Bills would move up 10 spots and get pick 114. Now in this scenario, they are giving away their other 4th round pick, right? So they won't pick at 128 anymore, but they move up to 114. They give away their 4th round pick at 128, their 5th round pick at 167, and their 7th round pick at 239. So I look at this trade, and again, the Bills move up 10 spots in the 4th round. So you're talking about value there, jumping some teams that have the same needs that the Buffalo Bills do. Obviously, by the 4th round, by day 3, it all depends how the board falls, right? We're a defensive end taken early. Did the Buffalo Bills already take a defensive end? Are they looking at wide receiver now? Most of the other teams already picked wide receiver. A lot of things go into account when you're looking at these day 3 trades. But again, the Buffalo Bills move up 10 picks to 114, give up picks 128, 167, and 239. If you're looking at trade pick value, the pick value for 114 is 66. If you add those 3 pick values for the Buffalo Bills, it's 68.4. So the Cardinals getting a little better value, but again, the Bills getting the highest pick out of the trade. So that's why sometimes you have to work it out that way. So again, out of those 2 trades, I think I like the one with the Steelers a little bit better. Again, the Bills getting picked 135, giving up 167, 188, 239, getting an extra 4th round draft pick. I think that works out well for the Buffalo Bills. Not sure how the Steelers would feel about it from a front office perspective, but I think the Buffalo Bills would like that, and they think that would work out well in their favor. Moving on to my 3rd potential Bills draft day trade. Again, looking at only 2020 NFL draft picks, my 3rd pick would be if the Buffalo Bills traded with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So again, this is a day 3 only draft pick, right? We're only trading rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7 in this trade. But in this one, the Buffalo Bills get 2 picks. The Bills give up 3, and they get 2. So we'd still have 6 picks overall. And in this trade, the Buffalo Bills don't move up as high as they would have with the Arizona Cardinals. But again, you get 2 of those picks now. So you're talking about getting pick 117 in the 4th round and pick 194 in the 6th round. And you're giving up a 4th, 5th, and one of your 6th So you're moving up in the 6th round, you're moving up in the 4th round, and you're giving up your 5th round as compensation for that. So in this trade, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting the 128th overall pick, 167th overall pick, and the 207th overall pick. That's 4th, 5th, and one of our 6th round picks. And the Bills, again, getting pick 117 and 194 in the 6th round. So we'd still have 2 6th round picks that we could even use and possibly move up into the 5th round now that we, in this scenario, would trade away our 5th round draft pick. So there's still scenarios out there where the Buffalo Bills could use this to their advantage and trade their 2 6th and their 7th and try to move up into the 5th round, probably late 5th round still, but you still have that opportunity to move up into the 5th round. In this scenario, you still have a 4th round pick and you actually move up 11 spots, and then you have your 2 6th and the 7th that you can make into a 5th if you would like, or keep those picks there. I don't mind this trade scenario. Again, I think I like the Steelers trade overall the best so far, but this would, again, move you up 11 picks. It would only cost you some later round picks, which, again, the Buffalo Bills, Bills fans think those are expendable picks anyway. At least I do. So let me know what you think about that trade. The Bills trading with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, moving up 11 spots in the 4th round, getting picks 117 and 194 in the 6th. And they trade away 128, 167, and 207. But you know what? That is enough of these day 3 only trades, right? Let's talk about day 2. I've been sitting here talking about day 3. Well, we have 2 picks on day 2. We have a round 2 and a round 3 pick. So what if the Buffalo Bills want to move up then? What if the Buffalo Bills want to move up and get value out of the earlier picks and have a much broader list of players to choose from? Let's say one of their players that was on day 1's draft board slips into round 2, and the Buffalo Bills see him dropping. What do they do at that point? Or let's say they have a grade on a guy that they thought was going to go in the 2nd round, dropping into the 3rd round. What do they do at that point? Let's talk about those predictions for a little bit. Again, guys, let me know what you think about my first 3 trades, but this is where the fun happens, right? Day 2, our 2nd round pick, we talk about the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks have 2 2nd round picks, and what if they would give them both to the Buffalo Bills, right? So the Seattle Seahawks have the 59th and 64th overall pick in this year's NFL draft. But what if they want to move up a little bit? What if they want to move up because they need players that other teams in front of them are interested in? So they decide, hey, let's move up with the Buffalo Bills. Get that 54th overall pick. Give the Bills both the 59th and 64th. The Buffalo Bills would only have to give up 3 more picks. That seems like a lot, but I think this would work out well for the Buffalo Bills. Take a look. Tell me what you think. So in this trade, the Buffalo Bills, again, trade picks number 54, the 2nd round pick, pick 86, their 3rd round pick 128, their 4th round pick, and then pick 188, which is their 6th round pick. So in this scenario, we keep our 5th round pick, right, which is, again, a place Buffalo Bills fans love to see us draft there because the Brand Bean seems to get good value out of our 5th round picks. We get 2 2nd round picks, 59 and 64. And again, we might not be done trading at that point, right? We can still trade with other teams to get more 3rd round picks if we want. I was looking at the Las Vegas Raiders. If we made this trade, the Las Vegas Raiders have 3 3rd round picks, but they do not have a single 2nd round pick. So why not move back and use one of our 2nd round picks and then move back into the 3rd round, get 2 of the Raiders' 3rd round picks, and then you add more value, more craziness to the potential here for the Buffalo Bills. Now, again, I didn't look into that part as much. I just started off with this here, the Buffalo Bills trade with the Seattle Seahawks. In the trade, the Buffalo Bills get pick number 59 and 64 in the 2nd round, and then the Seahawks get our 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and one of our 6th round picks for compensation. Again, the Seahawks move up a little bit. They give up a little bit of a higher point value, but again, that's sometimes what happens when you move up. So the Buffalo Bills would get 2 2nd round picks in this draft scenario, but they would move back a little bit. Let me know what you think. I think with the Buffalo Bills being able to pick best player available, it really depends how the board falls to them, right? So if the board falls in their favor, they could definitely pull this trade off because you're only moving back 5 picks and you could still potentially get the player that you're interested in. However, what if the Buffalo Bills want to move up? on day 2 of the NFL draft? What if they want to move up and get a better player, again, get a broader aspect of what players they want? And I have a way for the Buffalo Bills to do that. And they move up pretty far in this trade scenario. So again, let me know what you think about the previous trade. But my next trade, I'm very interested to hear your opinion in, as I have the Buffalo Bills trading with the Houston Texans. So in this trade, the Buffalo Bills trade with the Houston Texans, get the Houston Texans' second round pick, which is 40th. Their 40th overall pick. So you're talking about jumping up 14 spots in the second round. It seems like a lot, and that's why we're giving up a lot in compensation. The Buffalo Bills would get the 40th overall pick, the 111th overall pick, which is the 4th round, and the 171st overall pick in the 5th round. And Buffalo's been giving up a lot, and you normally don't see trades of this magnitude on draft day. But hey, it would be very interesting if the Bills pulled this one off. The Bills would be giving up their 54th pick, their 86th pick, their 128th pick, their 167th pick, and their 207th pick. So you're talking about trading 5 of our 7 original picks to move up to 40th and get 3 picks in return total. So the Buffalo Bills would still have, what would that be? That would still be 5 draft picks in this year's NFL draft, and they'd be able to move up to the 40th spot, move up 14 spots. It seems like a lot. It seems kind of crazy, but I think it could be done. And you know, that's just the value to do it right there. You talk about those 5 draft picks the Bills would have to give up. Obviously, in this scenario, they would not have a round 3 draft pick at all, but you still have a round 4 draft pick. You'd be drafting 111th instead of 128, so you move up in the 4th round, and then you have a 5th round pick. Now, for that, you're giving up your fifth, right, 167, but you're only going back 4 spots to 171, and you're trading a 6th at 207. You're also trading a 4th at 128. But it can be done. Will Brandon Beane pull that trigger? I think it would be very interesting to see a trade of that magnitude. Again, it normally doesn't happen, so I'm not thinking it's going to happen here, but I think that would be a fun one. Make the Buffalo Bills move up to that 40th spot. So I've given you all some scenarios here where the Bills move up in some scenarios, the Bills move back in some scenarios, the Bills trade into day 2, the Bills trade all their picks in day 3. Let me know what you think. Give me some of your ideas. What do you think would be a good pick, good trade for the Buffalo Bills heading into the NFL draft? It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. And again, this does not include if the Buffalo Bills decide to trade a player, if the Buffalo Bills try to trade some 2021 draft capital. There are a lot of things that can go into effect here, and who knows how everything's going to happen with this virtual draft. I'm sure it's going to be a good time. Again, guys, if you're not already subscribed to Bill-ievers Talk, we are going to do some mock drafts. In fact, I plan to do a live mock draft where I ask you guys for your opinions. We might do that the day before the draft, maybe 2 days before the draft, but make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't hit that notification bell, hit that notification bell. YouTube will notify you when we put out new content, guys. I always enjoy doing this, and I thank you guys for joining me on this, what's been a fun adventure. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.